All right, folks, how you doing? RussellTrueResults303.com. Check out the website, link in the description box. Mind, body, spirit, fitness. Put in the healing back in health. Follow on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Google+. The podcast is out there. Check out that website. Get your free downloads, setting goals, fitness, and nutrition. Coming at you today with a video on why you'll never find unconditional love. Right? That's the difficulty with relationships nowadays. We want unconditional love. And if we don't get it, then we just bounce out and on to the next one. But in reality, that's probably why a lot of people like animals so much, right? I've heard that joke before. If you want to find out who loves you more, your wife or your dog, lock them both in a trunk for 7 days and see who's happy to see you when you open it. Right? That dog's going to be happy to see you, right? No matter what, when you get home, that dog's jumping on you. It's never complaining. It's never anything. It's you're here, you're here, you're here. I love you. Thank you. Oh my goodness, I've been thinking about you all day, right? So I think that's why people are gravitating now more towards animals than actual relationships, which is unfortunate. But why you will never find unconditional love. Are you ready? This is why you'll never find unconditional love. Because you are not willing to give yourself unconditionally. Now, what does that mean, right? You have to have those difficult conversations. You have to express your problems, your feelings, your shortcomings, your past, your future. You've got to be willing to give all if you want to receive all. But you've got to understand that unconditional love is not always expressed with unconditional joy and happiness. Unconditional love means I'm going to anger you, but I'm always going to be there for you. That's what you've got to understand as well. I know you made mistakes, but I want you back. Right? Unconditional love is the hardest thing. That's why we say God loves you unconditionally. Because no matter what, if you're willing to come back and be truly honest, right? That's the one thing I hate about people. I've seen it all the time on Facebook. There's Jesus with his arm around a little kid. Oh, look, Johnny, that's the man who killed your dad. Oh, he's in heaven. It's a bunch of BS, right? It's a bunch of BS. And I had this conversation with my boss, and he's like, oh, so you're trying to say Hitler's not in heaven? Well, I don't know if Hitler's in heaven, right? Because you have to be sincere. And in reality, on your deathbed, giving that confession, is that considered sincerity? Are you truly sincere? I don't know. I don't have that knowledge of what internal battles you were fighting. Only God has that knowledge. But once again, that's what unconditional love is. And the unfortunate thing is you're not willing to give yourself unconditionally, the good, the bad, the ugly. So how do you expect someone to embrace the good, the bad, and the ugly? That's why on your first date, you go out and you buy the new clothes and this and that. And when in reality, you probably just spent the last few dollars that you had in savings on an outfit for a date, which is going to be the first time you ever meet somebody, right? So if you give yourself unconditionally, you will hopefully receive that unconditional love. But once again, you must remember that unconditional love is not always happiness. There's going to be a lot of tears. There's going to be a lot of struggles. And in the long run, it'll work out. You've got to understand that unconditional love, and I've said this before, love truly means wanting what's best for the other person, right? So what does that mean? You might have to offend them. You might have to have those difficult conversations. Like with my girlfriend right now. We finally started working out. She hurt her leg, right? She's been wanting to lose a bunch of weight. So it got to the point to where if I didn't get to see her that day, it's like, hey, did you work out? Did you eat right? And then all of a sudden it's like, what, do you think I'm fat? Do you think this, that? Well, no. You've expressed your goals to me, so now I'm trying to hold you accountable of your goals. Right? Because if I thought you were fat, ugly, this or that, evidently I wouldn't have gotten with you in the first place. I see something beautiful in you, and I want you to be a part of my life. But just because now I'm asking you, did you work out? Did you eat healthy? Did you go to bed on time? Did you do all these things? Doesn't mean I'm trying to make you feel bad. That's that unconditional love. That's that love of, hey, I need to be saying these things even though I know it's going to start an argument. Right? That's what unconditional love is. Saying those things even though it's going to start an argument, and then not letting that argument break the relationship. That's true unconditional love. Understanding that in reality with me, I'm horrible with words. I've been told I'm very upfront and truthful about things. And I say things in not a political correct way, right? That's not me. I didn't go to college. My vocabulary is not the largest in the world. So when I say things, I tend to be just very upfront. And people can get offended when I didn't mean that, but for me, it's just the easiest way to say it. I'm not going to try and sugarcoat it. And sometimes it does come out supposedly, in a way that people do not really take in well. But I meant well when I said it, right? I mean, like in reality, if someone asks you, "Hey, do you think I need to lose weight?" In reality, we could all lose 5 pounds. I don't. 95% of the population could lose 5 pounds, if not more. So if someone ever asks you, "Do you think I should lose weight?" Well, yeah, in reality, yeah, but it's only 5 pounds, right? Maybe it's 10, maybe it's 20, maybe it's 30, whatever the case may be. But once again, it all comes down to you. Are you giving of totally giving of self? And if you are, great things will happen. But if you're not, then you've got to understand that that's probably why you're not receiving that love, right? That's like my very first date with the beautiful young lady I have right now. Our first date was last year. What is it now? What's today's date? Today is, I don't even know what button to push. I hate this dang watch. So many dang buttons. Oh, there we go. It is January, February, March 30th. Our first date was Thanksgiving morning. She works night shifts. I get up early. We went on our first date, 4:30 in the morning, Thanksgiving, at the Village Inn. But before that, when we first started chatting, she was like, "Oh, I'm just looking for friends, da 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 da." I was up front with her right off the bat. I straight said, "Okay, we're going on this date. Are we going on this date as friends, or is this actually a date? Because if this is just friends, then you're buying your own food. I'm not buying your food." I straight told her that. If this is just a friend thing, you're buying your own food. I'm not buying anything. Because you're not my lady, there's no intent for you to be my lady, so I'm not buying you anything, right? And I might have tried to say it a little bit nicer. And she was like, "No, it would. I do think that things could work out in a relationship way." So I ended up buying whatever. And then within a couple dates, I straight said, right? A couple dates. You call me cheap, call me whatever you want. In a couple days, I said, when I don't understand why we have this whole concept of the man should always pay. Because in reality, if you and I both know within the first couple months that it's going to be something that lasts a lifetime, then why isn't the woman paying as well? Or even if it's not. Because if this relationship does not last a lifetime, in reality, all of our money is going into the same bank account. So what does it matter? Who purchases this stuff, right? Especially if you're living together. You're both splitting the bills. You're both doing all these things. Coming from me, Catholic man shouldn't be living together. But since the majority of the world does, just saying. But now I'm getting off the unconditional topic. Just letting you know, just be upfront right off the bat. In my opinion, what's the point in wasting time in a relationship? Your money, your time. In reality, who cares about the money? Your time. You're never going to get that back. Why are you going to spend time going on dates with all these different people when in reality, it's not going to work out? You're wasting your time, the most valuable resource you have on this earth. So, think about it. Unconditional love. Is it possible? Is it not? It's up to you. Once again, follow my social media, Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Podcast is out there. Links in description land. Subscribe to this channel. Share and like these videos.